when they were casting Ghost, I found out about it because somebody came to lunch at my house and said, girl, I just been at this audition. Every black woman and their mama was there. They got women out the grave to come and audition for this. And I hadn't gotten a call.
Out the grave.
Out the grave. I mean, it was like, it was wonderful. Beverly Todd. It was Beverly Todd. She said, they came out the grave. And I said, what movie is this? So she tells me, I said, oh, she said, you haven't heard? I said, no, nobody said anything. And then after we finished having lunch and stuff, I thought, well, let me just call my agent and see, did I miss it?
Yeah,
or you called me and I blew it off or what? I said, do you know about this movie that every black woman, and I heard him just go, oh, who told you? And I said, my friend Beverly Todd. He said, I said, what's the matter? He said, we suggested they didn't want you because they felt you would take people out of the movie. I said, how would I take them out of the movie? I mean, I don't understand. And they said, well, and as it turns out, the casting director had been saying, you need to talk to Whoopi Goldberg. You need to talk to, and they wouldn't do it. And then they hired Patrick Swayze, and I was in Alabama shooting Long Walk Home with Sissy Spacek. And an AD comes and says, you have a phone call, so you have to run in. Because in those days, there's no cell phone. So you got to walk all the way over to the office.
I'm howling.
Just, and you pick it up and which line? Oh, you hit the line and say, hello, and it's my agent. He says, you remember that movie they didn't want you for? I said, yeah. He said, well, they hired someone and he's going to be the lead and he wants to be in it with you if it interests you. I said, oh, okay. Do they know I'm down in Montgomery, Alabama? So yeah, they're willing to come down there. I said, who is it? He said, it's Patrick Swayze. It's Patrick Swayze and the director want to come down to see you. And I said, okay. So they came down and Patrick and I hit it off right away because he's just a really funny, wonderful man. And I love the director. And the next day after they left, because they literally flew in, we had some fun and did some improv and worked together. And the next day they offered me the part. And he kept saying, why haven't you called her? Did she turn it down? Does she not want to do it? They were like, and they finally had to say to him, no, we thought it would be too much for her to, it would just weigh it down in a way we didn't want it.
People are so crazy.